Hello, Teresa here. Today I am making, by request by Tommy, he wanted to know how I make Spanish rice and chicken. So today I am making Spanish rice and chicken. And to get you up to speed with what I have been doing so far is this is just an easier method of making it. So what I'm doing is I am boiling my chicken and letting that cook thoroughly. And now I have my onions in a separate pan, and to that I will be adding some garlic. But right now I want to cook my onions down because I don't want to burn my garlic. And another thing is you are able to add bell peppers if you'd like. I personally don't like bell peppers, so I don't add it to my rice and beans. Well, my rice and chicken, I should say. But I'm going to let this cook down and let my chicken come to a, well, it is to a boil. But I'm going to let it finish cooking because we want the chicken to be completely cooked. And then I'll come back. All right, everybody, right now my chicken is done, and in the pan that I had the onions and a little bit of olive oil, I just seasoned it a little bit, and to that I'm going to add some tomato sauce. I could do that right now. These are small cans of Goya tomato sauce, and I am right now going to use 3 cans. This is the can that says 8 ounces. So 8 ounces. And we're going to use 3 8-ounce cans. Let me grab the last one.
Up a little bit.
And all this sauce, and then in a separate in the pan you're gonna end up cooking your rice in. We're gonna let this cook just a little bit longer, and I can put my flame up. But there, like I said, that was the onion, olive oil, and some garlic, about 3 cloves I use. You can use 3, 4. Oh, and the next thing also is we definitely want to season it. So here you can use, it's called Goya adobo, or this is basically the same thing, but it's from Save-A-Lot, and I get it at a cheaper price. But I also use my adobo as well. But it's a go-to seasoning for a lot of stuff. Also, because I'm making chicken and rice, using some chicken seasoning. And with the chicken that was boiling, I also seasoned that as well. So I'm not giving any exact measurements. You're going to want to season everything to your taste. So if you just heard a little bang, that was because I just almost lost my onion powder. And I am run out of onion powder. I'm going to have to see if I have more. But this is garlic powder I'm also adding. So, and that's my chicken, which we are now going to move into another pot that I'm going to cook the chicken and the rice. But what I also wanted to mention is I also use this seasoning, and it is it's a Hispanic seasoning. A lot of Puerto Ricans make this. I don't know of other nationalities, but it's a mixture of vegetables and herbs. And if I can, I will put that in the description below. So let me come back to you so I can get other things ready, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have my pot that I'm going to cook the rice and chicken in, and inside that pot I put in my sofrito. some of the adobo seasonings, some chicken, some chicken seasoning, like I said before, some garlic powder, and some onion powder. I am also adding sazon, which is also another Goya product. But before I add the sazon, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer my chicken into this pot. And you just put all your chicken pieces in here. And whatever you do, don't get rid of your chicken broth that you have from all the, chicken that you boiled. Also, the other thing I wanted to tell you was in the pot that I have my onions and garlic, that I added the 3 cans of tomato sauce. I also added 1 can from the tomato sauce can of water as well. So my chicken is already falling apart into pieces, but that's okay. That's a good thing. So we just want to add all that chicken in there. And of course you want to season again. So I'm just going through the same seasonings that I mentioned before. And for the most part, this adobo that I'm using, or the Goya adobo, it does have a lot of, these spices in it, like the garlic powder and different things like that, onion powder, stuff like that. But this is the sazon packet, which comes out red, which is very nice. And then, of course, some chicken seasoning, which also puts some red into it. And I'm going to grab the olives that I need for this dish, and I'll come back. Okay, sorry about the little scream. There was a small accident, but it's all okay now. But just a couple things I wanted to say. I'm sure that when I had the camera set down on the counter, you guys probably saw my shirt, and it says, "Proud to be," and at the bottom, Italian. Yes, I am half Italian, and I am half Puerto Rican. Anyway, just so we can get this ball going, I'm going to set you down. I'm going to show you each part of everything that I made, the sauce that I made on the side, the chicken that I boiled, and actually 4 cups of water is what I used, because we'll be using that broth. I seasoned everything. And now that I transferred my chicken into the clean pot that I'm going to make the chicken and rice in, I seasoned all of that. So I'll let you take a look at that. Now that's all seasoned. Chicken is about done. And this is the sauce, which I also added a few olives. I don't need olives, but my girlfriend loves olives. So there's olives in it. So I'm going to set you down, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. What I'm going to do next is I am going to take this mixture that I made. Let me grab a spatula over here. Okay, so I'm going to take this mixture of the onions and garlic, tomato sauce, and garlic, onions, tomato sauce, and olives. Sorry. We're going to go ahead and transfer that into the clean pot where we're going to be making the rice and chicken mix. So you just want to add that. That sauce may be a little bit thick, but that's okay, because we're just going to, I know you're seeing the back of my pot, but I'm just trying to get everything in the pot. And now we have that all mixed in there, so you get a better look. That's what we're looking at. And now I'm going to take the boiled water from which we made the chicken. Right here is the chicken broth. We're going to go ahead and add that also to the mix. And again, like I said, that was about 4 cups of water. That was 4 cups of water. So we want to mix that in there. And please don't mind the background. You would think it was one of my children, but it's actually my girlfriend messing around. So now that we got everything in here and mixed, we want to mix it really well, get that sauce gone through thoroughly. One very important note to take down, if you've never made Spanish rice, or any type of rice for that matter, besides minute rice, you always want to clean your rice, and you want to clean it thoroughly, so that it's rinsed enough where you're not seeing so much white coming out. You want your water to be more clear, but if it has a little bit of white, you're going to have starch. Rice has starch in it, but it's best to strain as much as you can, rinse it through, and make sure, it's cleaned out good. Okay, so like I said, you want to rinse your rice thoroughly. I have mine in net mesh, oh goodness, like a colander, but it's very small that your rice won't fall out of. And then you just want to go ahead and add your rice to the chicken and and the chicken broth, of course. And then this was about 4 cups of rice I put in here. And another thing to remember is, in case you don't know, rice does double in its size. So me putting 4 cups of rice in here, I'm going to probably end up with 8 cups. Not probably, I am going to end up with 8 cups of rice that I, once it's cooked and gone through. And basically, that's it. Now what we want to do is we want to my stove should have been on. I didn't have it on, but I'm going to put it on now. And you want to put it on medium to high. I'm putting it up just a little bit more right now because I should have had it on. And you just want to make sure your rice is incorporated through the whole thing really well. We know that our chicken is done, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and cover it. Now when I come back on to finish the video, you'll probably notice that I have foil underneath the lid of my pan. That's just to give it a little extra seal on the pot, because you want the steam not to be able to escape. You need the steam to stay in your pot. That's what helps cook your rice. So right now I'm going to go ahead and let this cook, and when I'll come back when it's ready, and we'll finish off this lovely video today. Okay. All right, everybody, I'm back and food is ready. One thing that I did want to mention is that I did it in a different technique than I normally do. But when you put your rice and your chicken and everything in the pot, you want to make sure that the water gets somewhat evaporated before you put the lid on it. I did it differently today, and I didn't put the lid on after the water was evaporated, or I should say the juices, because I used chicken broth and tomato sauce. But I didn't wait for it to evaporate. I just went ahead and put the lid on it, and because of that, my rice came out very sticky, very moist and very sticky, which that's okay, because my family likes it that way. Sometimes I think they prefer it that way. But if you don't want it that way, then I definitely suggest that you let the water absorb it a bit before putting the lid on it. And like I said, I use foil with my lid just to keep the steam in. It always works best for me, especially if you don't have a tight fitting lid. So I'm going to go ahead, take the lid off, let you take a look at what it looks like. And again, please, everyone, I know it's very sticky, but like I said before, my family does like it that way. So here it goes. I lifted the lid. This was all down. Sorry about that, but it was all down. So, ooh, almost lost the camera here. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I just lifted up everything in the lid, and we have chicken and rice. I will give you a close-up look at what that looks like. And you know, the chicken is completely cooked. I did remove a lot of skin, which I probably should have just removed it, but it was good for the chicken broth, so that worked out okay. But yeah, I'm gonna start serving everyone. I'll just show you, like right there, you have olives in there. The onions are so well cooked down. That's an onion right there. But that's technically what it looks like. And like I said, the less water you use, and also the technique of allowing the fluid to evaporate before you put the lid on, will definitely help you to have fluffy rice rather than sticky. So I'm going to go ahead and serve everybody. And I also wanted to tell you, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please like, comment. Tell me what you think. If you give it a try, let me know what you think. And I guess that's it. I hope everybody has a good night. I thank you for watching. And try this recipe. Let me know what you think. And if you don't like the video, like it anyway. It really helps me out. Thanks everybody for your support, and see you on the next video.